Welcome back to Further Solutions Academy. Further Solutions Academy. Encourage us more to share our video anywhere you see it and subscribe. If you have not subscribed before, kindly press on your subscribe button. At this point, we have over 300 videos on our channel. It means you can come here and learn any topic of your choice: mathematics, physics, and chemistry. Just in case you need our online class or you want to request for any video, you can comment below or you make use of this line. With this number, you can call us, you can WhatsApp us, and also via Telegram is allowed. Okay, in this video, I'll be walking you on ratio, which is commercial or business part of mathematics. It's a very simple part. But people look at it as safe. It's very hard. You know, commercial mathematics, ratio, we want to share. Now, in this ratio, there are a lot of sub video on it, much more, but as many as we can. Ratio in form of any form of ratio, sharing, and so on, and let me do much anyway. Now, if we are talking about commercial mathematics, it means we'll be talking about, for instance, let me quickly explain what is called ratio. Now, ratio, just like we're having ratio, the ratio of MN. Now, this is the symbol of ratio, something like this. Can you see? That is ratio. Now, it means if I have M ratio N, interpretation means M divide N. That is the interpretation. Now, note that M ratio N is not the same thing as N ratio M. Please take note of that, and I think with the help of our binary operation, you can understand what I mean by that, which commutative part of it. You know, when you have M ratio N, is not the same thing as what N ratio M. There are different between them. You please take note of that. Here we are talking about, this one implies M divide N. Why this one implies N divide M? Can you see the difference? Now, when we are asked to talk about now let me start first from the part of sharing, part of ratio. Maybe this video will be on the share part. Let me work extensively, solve question on how to share between your friend in the form of ratio. You have to share between your mommy and your daddy in form of a ratio, or you have to share among your classmates. You know, how will you share? Like when you have something to share. For instance, look at this question. Okay, I have a very good question here. If it costs 3 shoe, three storekeepers, A, B, C, and A, B, and C that will be Naira 18,000 Naira to purchase a common generator for their 3 shops. There are 3 shops, and the amount was shared in the ratio 1 to 3, ratio 1, ratio 2, ratio 3, respectively. How much would keeper of be paid? Now look at this question. It costs 3 shops keepers ABC to have this money, which is now than 18,000 naira, purchase a common generator for their 3 shops, and the amount was shared in the ratio 1 to 2 to 3 respectively. How much would shopkeepers be paid? Now, how do I solve this question? Solution to this problem. Now, what I will just do is that as far as this is a word problem, you must understand the question. But how do you share something in a formal ratio? The first thing you need to know on that part is that we are talking about ratio A, B, and C, which is what? 1, 2, 3. Please take note of that. Very important. It means in terms of mapping, A map 1, B map 2, C map 3. Very, very important. What I'm trying to say is that because you are working towards B, my B is toward 2. That is what I'm trying to say there. Now, the ratio of B is ratio 2. That is very, very important. Now, I will now go to the sum of the ratio. That is the step 1. Sum of the ratio, which is 1 plus 2 plus 3, which I have 5, 6. I have 6. That is the first thing. Now, amount shopkeeper B pays will be equals to, now the ratio B divided by what? Total ratio multiplied by amount. Please take note of that. Amount of money. Which, what I'm trying to say is that, what is the ratio ratio B rather? Ratio B is 2 all over 6 multiplied by, how much is the money? The money is now at 18,000. Which, whatever I have, that is what that will be 3. Now, it means the man D is collecting that amount of money, which is naira. Now, that is the amount that B will paid. That is just it. Now, don't forget, if you are to share any form of ratio, the total is very important. The ratio of that particular part divided by the total multiplied by the what? Amount of money. That is the logic. Please take note of this. This is the formula that connects sharing of what? Of goods, or sharing of money, or any form of share in a given ratio. Take note of that. Now, let me try to generate one or more example before I end this part. Okay, please, but I will write the question. Let me write the question down. Okay, look at this question. A seller allows 20% discount for each payment on the marked price on his goods is the ratio of the cash payment to the marked price? We have A 1:4, B 1:5, C 3:4, D 4:5. That is what we are to work on. Now, please, this is a word problem. Don't just rush in. Don't rush in because of anything. You must understand, you must be able to define this problem very well, understand the concept of the problem before you pick up your biro and write anything. Now, a seller allows 20% discount. Now, the first step you take on this problem is what? This 20% discount for each payment on the marked price. Now, on his goods. That is the logic behind this question. Is this discount? Firstly, how do I deal with cash? Now, if I were you, I will have cash payment, which is discount is, we have discount of 20%. It means 20%. How do I deal with discount? 100 minus 20 in percent. Now, if I'm just to mark prices, just like mark price will be 100%. Now, this is the discount. It means the guy or the boy or whoever is selling has minus 20% from the total, I mean, the normal price of that goods. Now, what you just do, you have been, here will be having 80 and here will remain 100. When you minus 20, now, in terms of this, we will be having 8 to 10. Now, since I have that, I can now divide. I think you can so reduce it. 4 and what? And 5. That is my answer. It means my answer is 4:5. Which 4:5? This is my answer. This is a very simple question that you can meet in your objective. Now, let me quickly put another question in order, in place. Let's see another question. It's very interesting. What is very important is ability to understand the question. When you talk about discount, it means the total. You minus 100. I mean, you minus 100 minus the total. I mean, the discount. That is all. Okay. Permit me. Now, let's check this question together. Solution to this problem. Please note, is a word problem. It means you don't rush in. You don't rush in. Don't rush into the problem. The question says, what number must be added to each term of the ratio 13 to 16 so that it becomes the ratio 3 to 5? Become ratio 3 to 5. Now, how do I solve this problem? Very, very simple. If this is a word problem, number, there is a number that you don't know. Anytime you see a number, what number? That is the problem is, I mean, that is where the problem is. If I were you, I would just say let the number be what? Be hex. That is very, very important. Now, note something at this point. What number and not what numbers. Now listen, there are two things here. This particular area, this is the logic behind it, because this is a word problem. Assuming the question says what numbers, it means there are more than one number. It can be 1, 2. It means at that point you can rate X and Y. But this particular one, this one is specific. What number? It means you are talking about only one number. Only one what? Number. That is why I am letting the number be what? Be hex. But if the number, the question is saying what numbers? Hey, please, the story change. It means you have to make use of X and Y. Please take note of this. Very, very important. Sorry, take note of that. I like to what numbers. Now, the next thing I will do is that if I were you, what I will just do is that I will be having the first one is 13 plus X ratio 16 plus X. That is very, very important. Which I will be having is equals to 4:5. 4:5. Now, what I will do, 13 plus x divided by plus x equals to 4/5. Now, this is normal mathematics that you cross multiply. When you cross multiply, please cross multiply. I will have 13 plus x 5 equals to 4 bracket of 16 plus x. Now, I open the brackets. I will have 65 plus x, 5x equals to 64. Yes, 64 plus 4x. And I collect like time. Sorry, permit me to collect like time. Please take note of that, which I will be having 5x minus 4x equals to 64 minus 65. Yes, which I have x equals to minus 1. It means the number we are talking about is not minus 1. It means back to this interpretation, I can answer that what 13 minus 1 ratio 16 minus 1, which I will be having. This one will be what 12:15, which I have it in form of what I can reduce by having 4:5, which also the same thing as what 4:5. That is all. That is all. That is all about that. Okay, before I end this part, let me show one or two more questions. Okay, now. Permit me to write. Okay, I think with this question you'll be able to understand everything about our ratio. I'm stopping here, but this question is very, very nice. Now, solution to this question. The question says the monthly profit of a transport business was shared between two partners, a husband and wife. If the ratio 7:5, if the wife receives 15,000 less than the husband. I know that this type of question gives people a problem. 15,000 naira less than the husband. Find out how much the husband received. Find out how much did what husband receive. That is a very nice question. Now, the first thing you do, because I've told you earlier that we are talking about share. We want to share something. You have to notice that once it's share, you must first generate your what? Total ratio. I mean, sum or total ratio, sum of ratio, which is to be equals to 7 plus 5, which is equals to 12. Normally in mathematics, this is not allowed. It's not allowed, but because of my board and my space, please permit me to use that. Is not allowed. Equal to is not allowed in any form of mathematics. Do you get me? Please take note of that. I'm not killing mathematics, but take note of that. Now, what you need to do, ratio of the wife ratio, which is ratio of wife, is what? Is 5. Now, the amount, you don't know it. You don't know the amount because they didn't tell us the amount of money. What they know, just gave us is wife receive something less than the husband. It means the total amount of money they generated from that business is not showing at all. Now, if I were you, I would just say that what? Let the amount of money shared be x. You don't know it, x. Now, since that is x, then I'll be having 5 all over 12 of X plus 5 plus 15,000, which is 15,000, because it's added, 15,000 will be equals to 7, which is of the month. The month is 7 of 12 of X. Now of X, that is very yes, because they said that if the wife receives 15,000 less than the husband, now 17,000 less than the what? Husband. That is very, very important. It means what I will just do is that of his multiplication, don't forget that I'll be having now I'll be having 5x all over 12 plus 15,000 equals to 7x all over. Please, in normal sense of mathematics, of is multiplication. Take note of that. Now it means I'll be talking about back to normal analysis. I'll be having 7x all over 12 minus 5x all over 12 equals to 15,000. Equals 15,000. Now, since I have that, it means my x will be, we have 2x all over equals to 15,000. Now it means my s will be equals to 15,000 multiplied by 12 all over 2. 15,000 multiplied by 12 all over 2, which I will be okay. Now it means it will be this. It will be that will be 90,000. Yes, calculator, that will be 90,000. Now that should be 19,000. It means my s equals to 90,000 naira. Now 90,000 naira. That is the amount we are talking about. Now to generate your what? The husband share. Husband share will be equals to, don't forget, this is the husband's share. Now 17 all over 12 multiplied by 90,000. Now, which I'll be having, it will be equals to 52,000. Yes, that will be 7 divided by 12 equals to multiplied by 90,000, which is I'll be having 52,500 naira. 500 naira. That is that. 52,500 naira. That is all. That is all you are to do. In my next video, I'll be working on another part of this ratio, which is more of them. I will get more questions on it. Don't forget you are home with Further Solutions Academy. Further Solutions Academy. Encourage us more to share and subscribe. Once again, thanks for watching.